CINEMANIACS, Parts of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides review. Hello YouTube, CinemaBan here, and today I will be reviewing Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This is the fourth film in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. This is the first film to not be directed by Gore Verbinski, who directed the other three, including Curse of Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End. It's the first film to be shot in 3D and includes the returning cast of Johnny Depp, Kevin R. McNally, and Geoffrey Rush. This is inspired by the novel On Stranger Tides, which was of course written by Tim Powers. And the plot follows Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, who travels to London to locate a person who's been impersonating him. And the imposter has been recruiting in a crew to search for the legendary Fountain of Youth. And first, Jack was brought before King George II, played by Richard Griffiths, who wants him to guide an expedition to the Fountain of Youth before the Spanish find it. Now, Captain Barbossa, played by Geoffrey Rush, is heading the expedition, and he's now privateer in service to the British Navy after having lost the Black Pearl as well as his leg, which was taken away from him by Captain Blackbeard, played by McShane. Jack finds out that the imposter is in fact his former lover, Angelica, played by Penelope Cruz, who is the daughter of Blackbeard, who possesses natural powers and practices voodoo magic. Now, Gibbs has, apparently Gibbs, played by Kevin McNally, who was about to be hanged by Barbossa, has to guide Barbossa and his crew to the fountain after destroying the map which was given to him by Jack Sparrow, which leads to the Fountain of Youth. Now, Gibbs memorized the map, so they had no choice but to bring him along. So that's basically the plot. Now, I think that the first film, I've never really. What happens is I saw the second film first, because I have ever since like Charlie and Chocolate Factory, I became a fan of Johnny Depp's work, and after watching like Dead Man's Chest, about a couple of weeks later I bought Curse of Black Pearl on DVD, and I think Dead Man's Chest was like better than Curse of Black Pearl. Curse of Black Pearl was good, and At World's End was okay, but it was just too long. I mean, when I went to see this at like Showcase Cinemas and Bellevue, and I had to go to the toilet twice during the whole screening. That even includes trailers. So it was like that long. And I think Johnny Depp is a pretty good actor. Sometimes he acts like he's just woken up, or that he's drunk. And I think there's actually a battle scene in the film where I think he has to escape from like a pub, because him, Angelica, and of course another pirate played by Stephen Graham, who was in Snatch and is now known for playing Al Capone in the HBO series Boardwalk Empire, escape from the brewery through a back room, and they actually throw beers for like sort of beer kegs of rum at them. One of them was actually pierced and he actually drunk through it. So that was actually pretty funny. He does come up with some pretty funny one-liners, and also I think, like, really, Geoffrey Rush's character was, I think, okay. I mean, I don't really get it. First movie he was his enemy. Second movie, well, he had a cameo at the end, so I couldn't really judge his performance on that. Third movie, he was actually a goody two-shoes. Fourth movie, begins to hate him. Then, when, like, they're trapped because the Spanish had stolen the 2 chalices, which are needed for the Fountain of Youth, one which has to pour water from the fountain in, one includes a teardrop which will extend the life, and one which will kill someone. And I think, you know, actually, because of the fact that he had a leg amputated, Captain Barbossa wants revenge on Blackbeard, so that sort of makes him a bit sympathetic. Also, Penelope Cruz's character, I think, you know, she's actually a pretty beautiful actress. You know, she's alright. But I just think she's just kind of a bit too naggy. You know, sometimes. Also, Ian McShane's, like, portrayal of Blackbeard. I think Ian McShane, I've never really heard of this person. I've never really heard of him. But I think, let's see, what was he in? Plus, I think this is the second time Penelope Cruz and Johnny Depp have teamed up together, because if you've seen the movie Blow, Johnny Depp was in that, and of course Penelope Cruz was in that. Okay, so I think he was, he was in Shrek the Third and Golden Compass, which was an awful movie. Seriously. Who's the atheist that came up with that idea? And, anyway, I saw this film in IMAX 3D today, and it was actually some pretty good seats. I mean, we were actually next to a disabled seat that was next to the premier seat. I think it was actually, it looked like you were like watching a Blu-ray. Like, imagine you're watching a Blu-ray except blown up 10 times larger. That is kind of what IMAX is. It has like crystal clear images, plus the sound is actually pretty powerful. I mean, I heard like, there's a scene where a parrot came in, and I heard it, you know, go caw before it even came onto the screen. It's because I actually thought it was behind me, which was actually pretty good. Plus, this was like in anamorphic widescreen, which I've never really seen any IMAX movies. I mean, there was the first one saw Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton version. That was actually in full screen because it was shot in a 178:1 aspect ratio, and so was Toy Story 3, which I also saw in IMAX. So I kind of like watched, it was kind of like you're sort of watching a DVD in anamorphic widescreen, but the quality, the video quality of the picture, it just made me feel like I was watching a Blu-ray, even though the screen is that large. There was like scenes that really, I think there were some 3D effects, which in a film like this was shot in digital 3D, aside from concert films like Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus' Best of Both Worlds concert tour, and the Jonas Brothers The Complete 3D Experience, both of which I haven't seen and don't plan on seeing. This actually has some 3D effects in it. Like there's a scene of where Jack Sparrow, who is aboard the Queen Anne's revenge, and which is Blackbeard's ship, and he's unaware of Blackbeard's existence. He believes that Blackbeard doesn't own this ship, so he attempts to perform a mutiny, and I think he sort of tells Angelica about it, and she actually attempts to throw I think maybe it might have been a dagger or a sword through the door, and you actually saw it come through in 3D, and there's actually a scene where Blackbeard's holding his sword in 3D. And well, it was an IMAX, it was like a big screen, so I doubt it was pointing at me, but I think it was pointing to a couple of seats. I mean, when I get my 3D TV and when that comes out on 3D Blu-ray, I'm sure it will be pointing at like my couch, because that's the only seat. So bravo for using normal gimmicky 3D effects. That's the old 3D that we came to know and love, which was then ruined by the Oscar-nominated, brilliantly mastered Avatar. So anyway, I think, by the way, Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley are not in this film. Neither is Mackenzie Crook, who was Gareth Keenan's assistant regional manager in The Office, the British version of The Office, written by Ricky Gervais. So, plus also there were some jaw-dropping effects which actually include, there's one scene that includes Jack Sparrow peering over a cliff, and because I'm watching it in IMAX, I have like this fluttery feeling that someone's actually lifting me up. I actually had that feeling, and so anyways, I think the effects are good, plus the set designs are good. So I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to say, but yeah, so I think this film was not like directed by Gore Verbinski, who did the other movies, because he was of course doing Rango, another movie starring Johnny Depp, which I've seen at cinema. I've yet to review it. I mean, because it's so close to the release date, I feel like I'll just not bother. I'll actually get it on DVD and actually review it then. But I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait for the remake of Clue, which Gore Verbinski is directing in 2013. Because Clue has become like one of my favourite films in the past couple of months. I can't wait to see what he does with that. And anyway, so I'll sort of give this film maybe a 4 out of 5. I think there were some bits that were slow, because they're all in pirate talk, you can't understand what some of them are saying, but it does make it good. So anyway, the sum up, I'm starting out a 4 out of 5. See you later. Bye.